Hi, this is Tara, and I guess you know that since you're on my timeline watching my video. I usually just write on my timeline. I don't usually do videos. I think this is probably the first one I've done besides my entertainment ones. And I'm doing this video because I've had a huge epiphany, and I think it could maybe help people. Yesterday I was watching a documentary about full-size models, which was very interesting, and then it became eye-opening. My daughter, my first daughter, I don't like to call her my eldest daughter or my older daughter, but my first daughter, my first child, is kind of a advocate for not body shaming. She believes that everybody has value and we shouldn't worry about how people look or are shaped, if they're tall or short, fat or skinny, gray hair, blonde hair, white hair, black hair, red hair. It doesn't matter. Everybody is a worthwhile person until they prove they're not worthwhile in other ways. But the way they look is just fine, no matter who they are. And for the very first time in my life, I found myself not worrying about my weight. These girls, some of them were very plus size. They were models. One of them had actually been a regular model. Excuse me, my hair always bugs the heck out of me. One of them had actually been a regular model, what you would call a regular model. She was a size 4 or something like that. And she was on a job, and she knew right away when she put the clothing on that it wasn't going to fit. And the designer or whoever was in charge came over and started yelling at her and saying, "Why are you so fat? Why doesn't that fit you? You got to lose weight." You know, the whole, and the girl's a size 4. What? A size 4. I'm not ashamed to say I'm between a 22 and a 24. And if something doesn't fit me, I go get a bigger size. And from now on, I will just go get a bigger size. I mean, if I try it on and it's just not the right color for me or I don't like the way the garment's cut, or it doesn't fit, it's too tight, or it's too big, I will find something else. I am no longer, and this is my big epiphany, I am no longer going to look at myself in the mirror and decide if I look fat or not myself, because I have this body dysmorphia thing going on where I always think I'm fat. I always have thought I was fat. And I have a picture, I believe I got from my daughter, of her when she was a tiny baby, and myself and my ex-husband, her dad. I am so thin, and I just had a baby. She wasn't much older than 4 or 5 months old. She was tiny. And I was so thin. I was gaunt. My face, I would call my face gaunt. And it just all came together yesterday. That these women were beautiful. They were beautiful in the face. When you talk to them, when the people were talking to them, they had important things to say. They didn't say things you would hear models say, like, "Oh, well, I've got to lose 20 more pounds because Ralph Lauren doesn't think I'm skinny enough." Well, screw Ralph Lauren, if he's still alive. It's not fair to live your life, and I've lived 60 years of my life, 50 of it feeling like I was overweight. I hope I've got 20 years left. I don't know. Nobody knows. And I'm hoping to live it not worrying about my weight, not asking my husband, does this make me look fat? Because he lies anyway. But I don't care anymore if I look fat. And I hope this continues on. Usually when something like this hits me, it's boom, and the next day it's gone. Well, it wasn't gone today. As a matter of fact, it got stronger. I feel empowered. I feel like I should tell other people henceforth this video. And I know people are going to say, oh, but you're unhealthy. Well, no, I'm not unhealthy. I have a few things, mostly not due to my weight. I'm bipolar, born that way. Not much I can do about that. I have a few issues that I've told could be weight, or could be my age, could be the fact that I've had 3 children, and it's a bladder issue. So that I'm not, we're going through it right now to see what can be done. What they've done so far, I'm very happy with, and I'll continue with. So that's not an issue. I did have a small stroke. I think I knew when it happened, but the doctor wants me to have some more testing to see if it's something that could get worse, or if it was even really a small stroke. And of course, I've had migraine headaches in the past, and there was also someplace in there that showed that. I didn't know that an MRI could show a stroke, that you'd had migraines, but I have. I've only had 1 or 2 since I've moved from Las Vegas, the armpit of the world, to Oregon, the paradise of the United States, the continental United States. But also my blood pressure, you would think I would have sky-high blood pressure. My blood pressure is actually low. Every time the gal at the doctor takes my blood pressure, they're always amazed. Like, what was it, 117 over 60 something. That's pretty amazing for somebody who weighs 250 pounds. My goal in life, I would like to weigh 200. After that, if I go lower, is fine, but I am not going to deny myself something I want to eat. I will, however, try to continue with our organic eating, and I will try to watch my carbs, and I don't count calories. I never really have. I've done lots of diet programs, and if you're interested in a diet program, in my opinion, Weight Watchers is the best. You don't really get denied. And as far as for me, it's portion control. I can wipe out a whole plate of spaghetti. I can wipe out a whole box of cookies. That's just silly. I'm not going to do that. And on that note, when they do I have, because of all the medication I take, I have a lot of blood work done, like every 3 months, to make sure my kidneys are okay and my liver is okay. Actually, my liver, I don't think so much my kidneys, but and they are. And when my psychiatrist looks at my blood work to make sure they are, she's always really jealous of my glucose. Is it glucose? Whatever it is that shows your sugar. Mine is very low. I am nowhere near diabetic. So, I don't eat to get to that number. And I'm not going to start eating because I have that number and I can eat what I want. That's not what this is about. This is about my body image. And I don't care what people say. I have had people walk by, this is when I was younger, and they wouldn't do it today because I'm not so worried today about what people say about me. And if I want to say something bad, yay, I do. But I've had people say, my pants are too tight, my dress was too short, my whatever. I've even actually heard people say my top was too tight because my boobs were tight. No, they tied around. Please, if you got something bad to say about me, say something bad. Don't tell me something good and then act like it's bad. But I've been through all that from high school to the rest of my life, and it's no more. I don't care, and I would like people to post on this video and tell me where you stand on this. If you're thin and you think you're perfect, then you are. It's not just heavyset people. People who are too thin often try to gain weight and can't. They are in the same boat with anyone who's heavy. You know, they tend to get other problems with their health. They tend to have problems with clothing. Um, and that's another thing, clothing. When I was a kid and I was heavy, my aunt used to order me clothing out of a catalog called Lane Bryant. Well, now Lane Bryant has stores everywhere. My favorite store is called Torrid, and they have large sizes that look like they were meant for skinny people. I buy almost all my clothing there, with the exception of a few things I like at Lane Bryant. Lane Bryant kind of is kind of for somebody my age, but I don't dress my age, I don't act my age, I don't feel my age. I'm 60, so I am more towards the cute little bustiers and the adorable little pants and that kind of thing. Shorts, skirt, whatever it is. And I don't dress up a lot. But when I do, it's usually fancy jeans and a nice t-shirt. There you go. That's me. So anyways, put comments. Let me know how you feel. If you feel like maybe I'm gonna suffer some health problems, let me know. If you feel like you have a body image problem, put it down there. Let me know. Talk about it. Let's open a dialogue, an open dialogue where everybody can see. I'm not asking you to put your weight, your age, or anything else like that. That's my choice to do that. It's because I want to do it. I want to not be afraid of it. I guess that's really my rant. And I'm going to tag a few people, see if they'll come in and say something, and I'm going to sit back and watch, maybe answer some people, but I really, really, really want to get this dialogue going because, there's so much in the world right now to feel bad and feel scared about. Let's not let our bodies scare us. Let's not look in let's not look in the, I have to, I'm sorry. Okay. Let us not look in the mirror and feel bad about ourselves. Why should we do that? A lot of people stopped watching the news. That's good. If you don't want to watch the news, that's good. But don't look in the mirror and think that's worse. It's not. It's not. It really isn't. Just think about what's important in life, and that's your health and your happiness. And I hope that your happiness isn't connected to your body image. If you're skinny, if you're fat, or if you think you're just fine, God bless you. Because if you think it, you are. Anyways, this is my request of you. We have all the time in the world. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, and let's talk about it. Have a good weekend. Put the comments.